Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, we have audio now. Thank you for telling me that we didn't have audio. That was what I was asking. So, uh, well, I hope the toilet survives the war crimes, old Grease. I was not muted intentionally. That was very much a mistake. Thank you for fixing that. Okay. I think the game captures. There's just no sound in the game right now, so I think it's working. Just like go solo. Why not? I might do that. um, yeah. How's everybody doing? What's new? My thumb's fucked up. That's what's new with me. I was looking after my parents' dogs, and one of them had a seizure, which was not fun. So we had to take her to the vet the following day, and Rue was is very jealous if Ripley's getting attention, and are the audio levels okay? It's not even. Why do I have no audio on the desktop audio? Huh. Test. There we go, we got audio. Okay, let me know if that needs to be quieter. I think it needs to be like that much quieter. There, now we have game audio. Awesome. Oh god. I did not think about how disabled I am to... One of my keybinds won't work because I can't use my thumb. I'm so used to playing this game where I jump using my mouse one button and I use my powered melees with my mouse 2 button. So I'm just gonna have to go rebind. But yeah, Rue decided that she wanted to come with us to the vet by like sprinting past Pen and I punched my thumb directly into the metal grate. To grabbing Rue's collar. I did grab it. She didn't run off in the street. All was good. But now my thumb's fucked up. Okay. I'm just gonna set us. Let's put. What's T for? Used for anything? I don't think T's used for anything. I'm gonna set this to T. There we go. Okay. That should fix it. It's playable. We're playable. It's called being skilled at not hurting my arm by using my wrist to mostly aim my mouse. But it does make it a little difficult. I do sometimes have to do a little spin. So we'll see how this goes. It's just hard mode. But yeah, fucked up my thumb while watching the dogs. But we also made a video game while we were in Regina. We participated in the Gone Fishing 2 game jam, and it was fun. And I might play it later in the stream when we have some more people here. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to next month. There's another Saskatoon game jam, which Pen and I have been participating in the last few. And I'm looking forward to doing some more game dev stuff. Yeah. And we might clean up this game jam game and turn it into something more finished. But for now, it's a nice little tech demo, basically. Hi, Starbush. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. See how bad I am. If this goes badly, I might switch to a game that is easier to play with. I don't know what game that would be, but we'll figure it out. I'm so glad that you liked the Obsession video. I am so proud of that script, and of my editing on it, and of what Jesse did. I do need to rewatch. I need to watch the final version of the video because I know Jesse added some stuff after I was done on it. So I actually haven't seen the full video because the file I sent Jesse was 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and version on YouTube's a lot longer than that, so I'm so curious what Jesse added. Yeah, I'm running a funky little infinite melee ability, class ability stasis build right now. That is funky. But yeah, if you guys want, I can still do MS Paint drawings, and they'll be extra bad, so it'll be really funny if you donate for for those. Okay, stool, thumbtack, and what is that? Spiky. I know my symbols. Well, the problem wasn't actually Jesse saying one more thing, so much as like a series of things occurring. Like, after I finished editing, Pop Culture Detective put out a really shit video that made the tweets look less bad, honestly, in comparison. So like, that kind of had to go in there, you know? My God, we generally try to avoid commenting on other creators, but just I think once you start just arguing with a bunch of women who are like survivors because you don't like them telling you that the work of art was valuable to them, you're on the chopping block. Like, I don't know. He was kind of the perfect example, because it's sort of like, I would much rather Iron Man the arguments rather than, like, it would be easy to just pick on, like, an Alex Myers type of bad read of Obsession. Because Alex Myers, like, it's cartoonishly dumb. It's cartoonishly bad. Like, I don't think we need to explain why that take participates in that misogyny. Whereas PCD was, like, the perfect example of that mentality and the way that they prioritize Bear's perspective over any woman in the audience or the women in the film. Oh, I'm glad that you're getting better. That's good, Starbush. So yeah, so I know that's in there. When I edit it, like, it's always going to be about 20 minutes longer than whatever I send Jesse, because I don't have the intro. Like, Jesse usually does the intro credits and all of the outro stuff, and that's usually a chunk of added runtime. I also don't have the quote reads, because those usually come in a little bit late, so that would add probably another 10 minutes at least, because there's quite a few longer quotes where, like, a 5-second add quote here note isn't going to tell you how long that's actually going to be in the final runtime. So I'm not surprised it's longer. I'm just curious what Jesse ended up saying on the few topics we discussed adding in the edit, like, late. So it'll be fun. I get to watch it and see it in the final form with I also, when I was editing it, this one was a little bit of weird on the production side, because sorry, choked on my own spit. I need to get another sword. Also, I love that they added in Grunt birthday party on all weapons in Destiny 2. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, Queer Theory. Ooh, that's awful, though. Assignments due today? I hate when that happens. Your German Shepherd had a surprise Corgi puppy? That's so cool. Your D&D character left the party on Sunday. Went to Dollywood on Monday. Got a new job Tuesday. Watched Dial of Destiny twice for the course of Tuesday. What a week! Jedhammer, you're having a wild week. Also, wild to have gone to Dollywood the same week she passed away, which I just want to say, it fucking sucks that Dolly Parton passed. That sucks. Like, that is someone who actually genuinely lived a life of, like, caring about her community. And very directly combating, like, lack of education and, illiteracy. Not just in her own community, but across the entire US. And I'm just gonna say, if you're one of those people that's on the right, and you get really upset when nobody respects shitty right-wingers when they die, look at the reaction to Dolly passing, and consider how you can live your life in such a way that you get that reaction. That's all I'm gonna say. Because, like, yeah. That's... Please spawn a knight for me. There he is. There we go. Yeah, actually, and then losing Tim Curry the day after, it's just like, come on. Because, like, Tim Curry's acting and voice acting was a huge part of my childhood. We used to listen to all of the Series of Unfortunate Events books on tape when I was a kid, on, like, long car rides and stuff. And Tim Curry voices all of the characters, and I think a lot of them are still up on YouTube, so if you want to watch Tim Curry be extremely funny and do a bunch of fun voices for a well-written book series, I highly recommend that audiobook. Again, I am going off of childhood memories, so maybe it doesn't hold up, but I remember his performance in that series very, very, very distinctly. That should do it, hopefully. Thank you. I still gotta kill the other one. Now I'm trying to remember what my symbols were. It was downwards thumbtack. We're good. Yeah, I like doing voice impressions of Tim Curry as well. I don't feel like it's the right time right now, but I have been enjoying Dropout posting Brennan's ones again. I think that's a cute way to tribute. Damn. Out of ammo. Chain wallets. It's been stuck in my head all day. But yeah, like, Clue is one of my favorite films of all time. I love his work, and it sucks to lose people who, like, actually bothered to use some of their fame to do good things, instead of any of the awful people who they could have taken instead. I'm just saying, like, how is Trump not dead? He looks like a walking corpse. Oops. That was a waste. I still need to watch Legend, but I've always heard his performance in that is really good. I'm not having a sword guy spawn. I'm doing this so inefficiently. Ow. There's a sword guy up here, perhaps? I'm not getting anything. But yeah, it just sucks that a lot of good people passed, and yeah. I have been enjoying all the memes that are like, that's the wrong 80-year-old. True, that's the wrong 80-year-olds. is kind of Tim Curry's thing, though. Like, even when Tim Curry is in a bad movie, or a bad TV show, or a bad video game, he's still the best part of it. Like, he was just truly one of those actors that was always perfectly cast. Oh, guys, Donald Trump claiming Dolly fucking Parton liked him? Dolly, I wrote multiple songs about how much I hate Trump Parton? That's who... Okay, man. Like, actually just fucking lying. I hope her family tells him to fuck off. Because, like, she was pretty openly clear about her stance on Donald Trump and the way that he... yeah, they got the wrong 80-year-old from Home Alone 2, actually, though. Like, literally, Atelier, that's exactly it. Grim Reaper taking everybody but the orange one. Like... Sue him for defamation, take more of his debt money. That would work. Be good. Yeah, he is just waking up and telling... I mean, when has Donald Trump said the truth? I honestly think you could... Like, it would be harder to find that than it is to find lies. Are they gonna finally spawn me a knight to kill? Please. Thank you. The start of this dungeon is always silly. Alright, I can finally get this done. To be fair, it was also my fault for, like, wasting a lot of sword ammo earlier. Sword skate, my beloved. You know what? You're right. He did say that Mob Johnny was cool, so I guess that's a one-time correct statement. That makes sense to me too, Lewis. I think, honestly, the whole entirety of them, like, starting an extremely terrible war for no reason and then spectacularly losing it is just so... What are we doing? What's going on? I know you're standing beside me, but I have enemies. There you go. 2 million crystals. Oh, health stat. Sadness. The most useless stat. They should just remove the health stat. They took my beloved resistance stat, best stat in older D2, and made it fucking useless. I just think that's unfair. Yeah. I also have this cold that just won't go away. I'm like constantly sniffly. It's like mostly gone. Just lingering. Oh yeah, I have a short essay for patrons on Camp Miasma, but I am definitely doing a larger thing on it in the future. 'Cause that film was made for me. It's my hole. It was made for me. I need the orb. There's the orb. Give me your orb. And now we're just gonna ignore some giants. Hello, big man. Not what I wanted to do, but works fine. I love that if you're good enough, you can dodge most of it. True, queer theory. But you see, I've been living without the health stat this entire time, and I'm doing great. But for context, Destiny 2 completely revamped how it was doing its stats a while back when I was not playing. And now I'm back and I've had to relearn the whole system, and they completely redid armor because of that. And so it used to be that you needed 100 resistance. If you wanted to play endgame content, you needed 100 resistance, because otherwise you were just fucked. You would get killed instantly. You would get clowned on in the raid party if you had under 100 resistance and someone checked your loadout. But now, the health stat, all it does is increase your healing from picking up an orb of power. Which, you know, seems, like, decent, except that, like, most meta builds give you way better healing through some other method that's consistent. And you'd much rather put those stats into increasing... Because now your stats go up to 200, and you're trying to... Please slam down, thank you. You're trying to increase the stat from... under to 200, so you want your main abilities to get damage boosts. Ogre, you're supposed to despawn, my friend. Thoughts on Half-Life 2? I have played, I'm gonna say 4 levels 6 years ago, and I got a splitting headache from it. Which is not a reflection of the quality of the game. It's very well made. I for whatever reason, some games, when I play them, I get dizzy and a headache. And sadly, Half-Life activates that. Or at least it did at the time. I think I could probably modify it to not cause that effect. You try using max bulk Incineroar. That usually helps with survivability. Yeah. No, like, just the game's in a very different state, so healing off of Orbs of Power just isn't that much of a benefit. I don't have a particularly good build on right now, stats-wise. Because my only Twisting Echo drops have health stat for some evil reason. It won't stop giving me health stat, and it will only give me the cloak and the arms. Or the chest. And I need anything else. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a motion sickness thing. For whatever reason, a lot of, like, older shooters, especially with low FOV, cause me a little nausea. Yeah, that makes sense, Athelius. I think that level does the same for me. Yeah, I probably would have a lot to say about Half-Life's themes and things. Like, I know some of it, but I don't know the entirety of the details. So, I don't really have a full reading. But I feel like I would have a probably interesting reading if I did. Maybe I'll play it on stream if people want that. I do own it, so. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna check, because this encounter is kind of funky on solo. Heresy, solo. Because I think there's just like one, I just need to double check a mechanic thing that I don't usually have to think about much. Da, 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 da. Because there's a wipe timer based on the plate. Uh, so I'm just trying to remember how you do it. Because there's something funky with the um. Doesn't play with the room to breathe. We'll just go. We'll just go for it. We'll see how it goes. Um. I still have pretty good aim without my phone, which is impressive, I think. Maybe. Okay. Show your face, buddy. Okay, we're just gonna run out really quick. Stop the wait mechanic, deposit. Okay, sprinting. This is a scary encounter to do solo because of the white mechanic. Where'd the ball go? I really hope I don't mess it up because so far I'm flawless, which would be lovely to get finished. Stopped. One down. This is a funny build. Okay, night spawn, let's go. Oh, cool. I guess I finished a try. You stop waving. Thank you. Yeah. The finishing animations in this game are very fun. I honestly think it's one of the best mechanics that Destiny kind of introduced. I hadn't seen it anywhere else before. I might be wrong, so anyone who knows better, feel free to correct me. But as far as I know, Destiny was the first to have it, and I've seen a few other games take it, and I think it's quite good. Like, I was playing... someone bought me the most recent Dragon Age game, and they throw in the finisher from Destiny into it. And I think that it works out quite nice. Let's stop that. Thank you. For context, dungeons are designed to be like hard encounters for three players, and I am one player right now. I think it's started making fun creating what is essentially like if DS9 got a movie. Oh, it shot my rocket out of the air. That was my fault. I shouldn't be using a rocket. As much as I love rockets, I really shouldn't be using a rocket. We'll run Trinity for fun. I didn't even check the Everburst. I'll buy it just to unlock it. I want to get all the shaders if I can. Started a buddy parallel playthrough of a game with my sister today. We used the same randomizer seed, picked opposite starters, and we're going to fight each other in the game every so often. Oh, that's fun. So it's like a Pokemon, like, at the same time kind of playthrough. Um, I'd love to do that at some point. Man. The thing about Destiny is the rocket launchers are awesome, and also sometimes your rocket can get shot out of the air and insta-kill you. So there goes Flawless. Oh, you're playing Cassette Beasts. I see. That's like a Pokemon-esque game, right? I feel like I've heard of it, but I have not played it. Stopping the white mechanic. Yeah, Monster Catcher turn-based combat, useless headmon. It's kind of like Pokemon. I see, yeah. To be fair, Pokemon's just a Shin Megami Tensei-like anyway, so if we're being honest. It just happened to be the one that got popular. You know, that's fair. Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei like invented the Monster Catcher RPG, basically. Well, that's the thing. They're like mad at Pal World. It's like Pokemon itself isn't anything new. Pokemon is a response to the popularity of Magic the Gathering and Shin Megami Tensei. Like, on top of gacha games just being popular in general. Like, and I'm not talking about like modern gacha games. I mean like literally the machines, the physical ones. There he is. I'm too distracted to talk properly. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the Obsession video's been doing. And I'm really glad that it's getting the response that it's been getting. Because I was just kind of, like, I don't know, you put out something about that type of heavy topic that says... I don't know if confrontational is the right word, but I think it is a little bit confrontational. I think it is purposefully meant to be a little confrontational in that we're trying to get people to self-introspect and actually, like, think about their relationship to these behaviors and things. Please pick it up. Dang. Also, Ultraman Pokemon was inspired by Ultraman, Ultra 7 specifically. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, like, I can never side with Nintendo's lawyers because they're just so awful. I don't even particularly care for Pal World, I just do find it funny. I'm gonna play through to the end and then see if I can do it flawless next time. I say as I almost died to a fucking physics job. I did. Double there goes flawless. Yeah, that's pretty fair to want a game that's a little more mellow than Elden Ring. I wouldn't exactly call Elden Ring a chilled out experience. Even more so than even like some of its other... Like, Dark Souls 1 is kind of a slow-paced game. I wouldn't necessarily call it chill, but it is pretty, like... léger, I guess, for lack of a better term. Lentement. When you compare it to the, like... speed with which later FromSoft stuff moved towards. Which I always do wonder, like, how much of FromSoft's games moving in that direction is also just a result of its fans getting more used to that type of game. I just think that, like, the more specified and clear conveyance in earlier Dark Souls, and in some of the designs in 3, I like 3 a lot, but I just find the ones where they're just like, here's a bajillion attacks, and you're kind of expected by the game to get hit by them sometimes, takes out some of the fun of really learning the moves. Honestly, totally fair if you never see Obsession. I love Obsession. I think it's great, but I also totally understand anyone not wanting to see it or not getting around to seeing it, because it's a heavy experience. Valuable, but heavy. That's 2 down. Now we scavenge hunt for the 3rd one. Unjail Bloodborne, actually, though. Like, I like the bleak tone of Elden Ring. I just think that, like, some of the boss designs I find to be sort of just like flailing things. And I feel like it's one of those things where the game's designed around you using ashes and stuff, so it sort of expects you to have a distraction for the boss automatically. It's the first FromSoft game where I felt like I needed to use summons consistently. I pretty much don't use summons in DS1 unless I'm summoning. I like to summon Solaire at the end to finish the storyline. I like doing that. Nice. That's actually pretty efficient. I don't know why Bloodborne's in PS4 jail. I just don't... Like, one, even if the main FromSoft team isn't interested, I'm confused why Sony hasn't gotten... What is their name? The studio that did the Demon's Souls remake. I'm surprised they haven't gotten them to do a port. Because, like, they've already shown they can do it, and Sony already has that business relationship with them because Demon's Souls was another Sony exclusive. But then again, Sony never makes any logical decisions about anything, ever. Like, I actually think Sony might have the worst executives in film and video game industries. Because every decision they make is the silliest shit ever. Every single time. I forgot there was a secret chest here. given the choice between making a decision that would make money and making a decision that actively burns money, Sony will generally choose the burn money option. Such as Destiny. Part of why I'm playing Destiny 2 again is just that, like, I love this game, and it really pissed me off what Sony did to it. And, like, I quit over them firing a lot of people from the dev team. But I kind of want to keep playing it a little bit, just to... in the vain hopes that they get to make Destiny 3. Oh, so FromSoft said no to them doing it. Interesting. You know what? Fair enough. I support FromSoft doing whatever they want with their own art. Oh yeah, Sony's, we're not doing... no more physical release. Like... I do not know what could possibly possess you as a game publisher to think that that was like a good decision that will be popular amongst its fans. Where am I? Oh, there, okay, I figured it out. I got a little lost for a bit. Red Keep will do that to you. Everything's the same, but also different. That should not have taken me that long, though. That was kind of funny of me. Yeah, I generally trust FromSoft to focus on the art. They clearly make whatever they want to make. And that's just kind of been consistent for their studio for 30, 40 years. And I appreciate that they don't... I feel like FromSoft doesn't make games that are meant to cater to players. You know what I mean? I feel like FromSoft makes games that they like. They make art that they like. And they kind of just happen to get lucky that people resonated so strongly. But I think that's part of why it resonated so strongly, is that it has a clear vision and it doesn't focus everything around... I'm gonna risk it. Earth is just too good of a DPS option. How am I doing? I'm alright. How's that Androids project? Non-existent. Sort of. Technically, you guys already got a segment of it. Everything about Ex Machina, that was originally part of the Android script. So yeah, you've kind of seen bits of it. Jesse and I are probably going to chop up other sections and turn them into shorter videos as well. But yeah, I don't think the Androids project as a complete singular thing is going to be a video essay. That said, we may at some point return to it as a book. A long form thing. It's one of those projects that just kept ballooning and realizing like what it needs, you know? He does just need to play Pygmalion and then that completes the circle. But he needs to play him in like a deconstruction of Pygmalion, you know? I love the music for Destiny so much. Ah. I'm busy, Swordman. My question is, can I one-phase this? Probably not, because I'm not running a damage build, actually. Yeah, it's not even dropping the idea, it's just like using the idea in different ways instead. Yeah, they don't want the used. That's exactly what it is, Lewis. They don't want the used games, but also they just want to have control. They don't want you to own anything ever. I mean, while they're announcing they're not doing any more physical releases, Sony's also been fucking removing people's stuff. At least I should get him to half, I think. It'd only be a 2-phase. If I can... No! This is why you don't use grenade. This is why you don't use a rocket launcher. Okay, I'm gonna do something funky for damage, I think. Okay. Double sniper time. Let's see if that can do enough damage. Yeah, FromSoft doesn't compromise their vision. Or I would say that just FromSoft is apathetic towards audience desire. And very focused on just making the type of art they want to make. Oh, Twitch crashed? Damn. Weird. Is the Twitch stream still working for people, or is that just like your, Sony is a greedy pony. That's a funny way to describe it, but I love it. Thank you. Any shards for healing? Oh, I shouldn't use my sniper ammo yet. But yeah, the games industry just in general is in a fucking weird place, mostly because the people in charge keep making terrible decisions on purpose and then screwing over workers. And I think it's because frankly, like Sony and Microsoft in particular, but all of them. And not, I'm busy. I'm fighting a wizard. That's fair, yeah. Demon's Souls Remaster took liberties to the point of the original art and intended implications, changed in parts of it. Declining Bloodborne getting remastered may have been to avoid that happening. No, that makes total sense to me, and especially I think considering Bloodborne's themes and the sensitive topics that it heavily revolves around. It makes sense to me that they would be protective of it. Getting a remake from an American studio who's already shown a willingness to play a little fast and loose with remaking. Art should be allowed to be authentically queer, yeah. That's so weird that... Okay, so I guess Twitch is having issues. I honestly shouldn't have even streamed on Twitch today. I need to make sure that, like... I did set it to off, the stupid AI thing, but I'm honestly questioning whether I want to stream on Twitch at all anymore because of it. Like, the fact that they made it opt out is just fucking cartoonishly evil. And I have massive issues with YouTube and with Twitch, and I always have. If I could exist on a platform that allowed me to keep doing the stuff I do without anything connected to these companies, I would. But sadly, we don't exist in that world. I can't believe I missed that shot. That was brutal. Please let me land this before he... Yes! Okay. Now I can't damage him anymore, sadly. Need you to charge my super. If I can land a headshot, that is. Never being allowed to be authentic. I got around to watching the Owl Host recently. Nice! I love Owl Host. Owl Host is just a good show. It's fun. It should have been allowed to do its full run. Like, it actually really bothers me how much Disney just fucking sucks. I think part of what I hate about Disney is they try to pretend that they're progressive. And they try to pretend that they support representation. And they'll throw up a bunch of queer characters and creators and things that they fucked over on their press releases. And I'm just like, you don't get to do that, actually. You specifically do not get to do that, Disney. This is Destiny, yeah. Oh yeah, I made a YouTube poop with Darkfry for Darkfry's channel that I love. It's great. It's a YouTube poop video essay about YouTube poops. And one of my favorite YouTube poop editors, Very Tall Bart, shared it on his public channel thing, and I'm super happy about that because I like his work. I think that it's funny, and I think there's a deep value in relentlessly mocking right-wing figures in ways that, like, they would hate. Oh god, YouTube's incompetence is like... Well, and some of it's not even incompetence. They're willfully, purposefully shitty a lot of the time. Okay. I'm not doing much damage this damage phase because I don't have my super. And it does a lot of damage with this build. Okay. We're done. No more damage phase. That sucks. Still, I feel confident that I could solo flawless this dungeon now. I need everybody to go see Camp Miasma immediately, because it's so good, and also super relevant to talking about that exact topic, because it does a really good job of talking about, like, media that has been harmful to queer people, that queer people have a complicated relationship with. There we go. Yeah, no, that's a good example as well. Game Freak with Pokemon. No, it's like I think you can love a work of art and hate the context it's made in, and I don't think those are contradictory. I actually think that they're complementary. I think that you should be mad that the art that you love is controlled and placed underneath a capitalist system which does not benefit the actual artists who create it. And I always find it weird when people play with that, because to me that's just, it's just doing the like you're mad about society yet you participate in it thing. You know? Sometimes you can shove them off of the map and it counts, but you don't get the orb. I do think one of the funniest ways to kill bosses in this game has been the occasional times where physics glitches have allowed for shoving a boss out of the arena. And you just, you just yeet them 50 meters away. Okay. Nice. We're almost done this boss. I don't think Pokemon's meant to be a hard, like a game focused on difficulty. I don't really think that's the appeal of Pokemon. Not that there's like, there should be no tactical stuff in there, but more just like, I don't feel like that's the central design principle, as it were. Got him. Only took 3 damage phases, but that's because I wasn't really building a damage-focused build. Hey, got the solo. Which I think I technically used to have, but I think it got reset by one of the updates or something. I'm glad I redid it. Now I just need to get it solo flawless. I might just do right now, because I mean, I almost did it there anyway. May as well. Also, funny sniper build is funky. Though I would like another damage thing for this slot. Better. That might be good. That might be good for damage. Okay. I'm gonna use Anarchy for the run. Over tighten this so I can feel the I think it not being the appeal of Pokemon is why some people make or play ROM hacks. They see a gap they would like filled for their experience, thus creating a gap for casual players like us. Yeah, I think that is probably what it is. I think that's part of it. Is like, I don't think they have to stick to that design ethos. I do just think that that's part of why ROM hacks are very much for a specific subset of players rather than the entire player base. Yeah. Yeah, we love making Excel spreadsheets for Nuzlocke. Yeah, that tracks. I want to solo flawless all of the dungeons in the game. It's something I want to do at some point, eventually. Where are my arc? I'm enjoying that. Tough choice. Ooh. That's an upgrade for apostates. I need to stop just throwing stuff in my vault because my vault's gonna get overfilled. The problem. What's it doing? Just in case I'm just gonna save that. Oh. I can't remember which one of these is which. Perfect. Super grenade build. Trekkle has the highest defense stat of any Pokemon ever for context. That's kind of incredible. I'm doing well, DL Pictures. I hope you're doing well. I have the weird form of autism that makes me want to view early entries when I get excited to do one for the first time. So since I bought MGS4, I'm playing Metal Gear on the MSX. Nice. No, I do like to get a full context of the sort of ludic language and progression of a series. I think it can add a lot to the experience of playing one of the later ones. Seeing how it evolves. Oh, right. That's why I had that weapon on there. I need to go re-grab it. Yeah. Pokemon Rejuvenation is something I tried with all the easiest difficulty settings and cheat codes, and I still hated its design ethos. That's fair. Oh yeah, just because I missed that earlier, Lewis. No, I love how Owl House rebukes and rejects a lot of the harmful views of Harry Potter without ever needing to like evoke its name. It's it's very clever about it. Even just the way that it mocks the house idea is really fun. Where it makes this point of treating it as this like harmful assigned space that a lot of people actually don't fit into, and those characters happen to be queer. You know, so it makes it very clear what kind of its commentary on assigned roles or assigned social positions, and how that restriction is harmful. So it does it metaphorically, and then it does it literally with its handling of actual queerness as well. And I just think that's neat. Right. Get ready for funny build. Double checking that I have everything. Right, that's for bolt. Yeah, that's all bolt charge. Lots of bolt charge. Funny bolt charge build. I do like the sports game episode as well. But yeah, I just recommend Owl House. Solid queer show. That's Leba. I like it. Wait, David Hayter plays Captain America in the 90s Spider-Man? I didn't know that. That's awesome. I love the 90s Spider-Man cartoon and the 90s X-Men cartoon. And I think it's really fun that Brand New Day basically just did its own version of the 90s animated series adaptation of Man-Spider. I am kind of sad that they've talked about in interviews that they were going to do the full Man-Spider, extra arms thing and stuff, but they decided not to because they thought Tom Holland thought it would be too scary for kids. And I'm just like, no, you could have. We were this close to greatness. But yeah, Brand New Day is really fun. Solid movie. I wish its politics were better, but on a narrative level and a thematic level, it's great. And it is at least they show the Department of Damage Control, DODC, as bad. They are the villains, but I just feel like the show is very much there to normalize, as with so much media, normalize mass surveillance and to place Peter's complicit with that, and I don't love that. In the era of flock cameras, I think that's why it's gotten more response than every other movie that has included that before. Yeah. They call it Low in a Bum all over TikTok, and I can't say anything about it because they're right. They are right, though, Thelius. I think part of what makes Logan such a compelling character he's both a complete loser and the coolest guy at the same time. Hamburger Division stool. I decided my tiebreaker on doing Arc this run instead of Stasis was just that I might switch back to Stasis for the damage, though, for boss section. It's just that super speed running is very fun. No, it's wild to me how widespread Flock has gotten. Yeah, I mean, again, it's that thing of we can love something and recognize the flaws of it at the same time, and those aren't contradictory feelings or experiences. They are complementary experiences, and it's important to be able to see something as an entirety and not just as I think that's part of the problem lately, is that a lot of people are convinced that everyone else is also totalizing art, treating art as either essentially good or bad, which means that if you criticize something they like, you must think it's evil and bad and they're bad for liking it, instead of well, what's most often happening, which is I generally like if there's something I don't really like, I don't usually bother thinking about it, or something I don't want, like, I didn't care about at all, you know, or wasn't hoping was good. Like I don't really find much joy or value in just shitting on things for the sake of shitting on something. But like I like criticizing the things I love because I love them and I want to see them in the full entirety of what they are. And I wish people would stop assuming that means you like don't like the thing you care about. Because like, I'm just gonna have to run around for a bit. I don't have enough ammo to kill him outright, so I'm trying to get the super up and use that instead. Whee! Logan's so funny to me. Yeah, Dark Knight Returns is politically a mess. Interesting work of art, but also terrible at the same time. It's sort of a fascinating... Last time it wouldn't spawn me a knight forever, and this time the knight came to me. I don't know what I did to earn that, but I appreciate it. Now I just need to not die from that thing's physics being funny. Okay, it was stool. I just did hamburger, and now I need division. I cannot find it. Remember this one. Where is division? Oh, it's way at the bottom. That's why. I do find it funny that they just could have called it New Avengers. That would have been better marketing. Thunderbolt Asterix was just like always silly to me. Get the keeper here. The thing that I always find funny about like the MCU or Star Wars or DCU is just like, and part of why I'm excited about what the DCU has announced so far is just like, you have all these unique, interesting, cool, weird stories you could tell, and like, why would you turn them into the most bland version of themselves? You know? Funny electronic build. Man. I need to go deposit my exotic engrams. Holy shit. Yeah, the asterisk's part of the title. It's the official film title has the asterisk in it, which I think is kind of funny. Oh, I forgot to post that I'm live. I'm very professional with my streaming. I'm so good at it. I'm glad you guys like hanging out. Still want a Planet Hulk movie? No, sir, there's so much you could do with Hulk. Hulk has so many good storylines, and we're probably never going to see them because of the weird relationship between like the distribution rights and stuff. So like Marvel has total rights to using the Hulk whenever they want. They don't have the distribution rights, so they can't actually like make a Hulk solo thing. It's a whole mess. I hate it. I hate the business side of art. The worst part of it. Speaking of the business side of art, I have a bunch of Patreon exclusive essays that are on the Patreon that you can read right now if you feel like joining. It's only $3 a month Canadian for the lowest tier, I think. I'm not sure if it. I'm not sure how they calculate the price changes between different currencies, but $3 a month for the lowest tier. And at $5 a month, you get to join the Discord, and I talk about stuff in the Discord as I'm working on it. And yeah, it's a fun place. Nice people. Some of them in the chat right now. The She-Hulk TV series does exist. It's not bad. Tatiana Maslany's really good in it. It's probably one of my favorite handlings of Daredevil. Weirdly. Yeah. Sprint, 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 sprint. Activate speed booster, please. I think I should switch back to my stasis build. It's much safer. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's that Marvel doesn't have the distribution rights, so they can't actually control like releasing it. Let's just quickly swap back to this build. Shit, I'm gonna die. Yep. Let's return to orbit. And that's why you don't goof around on a solo flawless. I feel like it's something else. But I kind of want to get the Truth Rocket, the Catalyst. And it's like one of the top DPS options. As long as you don't blow yourself up with it. No, exactly, Athelius. That was not ashamed. I need to watch Wonder Man season 1. I think it really fucking sucks that Disney like, frankly, I don't see how you can interpret how Disney has treated the like primarily black franchises as anything but anti-black. Like, canceling Wonder Man season 2 after renewing it when the numbers were already really good and it's super popular does, like, there's no business reason. It's not a business reason. And that's right after they cancel Blade and they sideline, Sam Wilson Captain America for Steve coming back again. When his story should just be done. And yeah, it's a mess. Disney fucking sucks. And I think there's a reason why we aren't seeing Moon Knight and we aren't seeing, we're not seeing Miss Marvel. We're not seeing the Marvels. We're not seeing Monica Rambeau. We're not seeing, you know what I mean? Like, all these characters. It's just very clear to me that, like, we're only just now seeing the results of them changing up what they're doing to respond to Trump by being cowards. Which isn't surprising. I don't think it's anything new or exciting or shocking. I am not in any way shocked that the cowardly, shitty right-wing company is a cowardly, shitty right-wing company. But it's still frustrating because those choices directly affect real people who, whose lives and livelihood rely on those projects. And because those projects are disproportionately casted and worked on by marginalized people, the people who are losing out right now are marginalized people. Definitely don't. No good. That's not. Hey, Digital Beef, I hope you're doing well. No, I agree with Elias. I don't trust Disney with black leads. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Old Grease. I really appreciate it. Personally, to be honest, it's actually more so because I can't remember the last time I paid to be heard that I'm donating, but also what did I miss? Because I lost track of a half hour, so I probably missed a lot. I don't remember what we were talking about. Doesn't Oscar Isaac swear off working with Disney again because fascism? Yeah, probably. That's probably why. Yeah, like, I agree with Elias. My expectations for Disney are non-existent. It's just still annoying. I am thankful that Ryan Coogler is still getting to make Black Panther 3. I think that will be an interesting work of art in spite of the system it's made in, because they seem to mostly back off of him creatively, and I don't think he would come back if he didn't have full creative control, considering he can kind of go make whatever the fuck he wants after Sinners. You know what I mean? Tired but well. I'm glad to hear that you're well. Tired's not fun, but that at least is something you can do something about. I hope you get some rest at some point. Also, Daredevil and She-Hulk reminds me how one of the three best Punisher adaptations to me comes from a Spider-Man movie, and he had like 4 seasons in a film in the MCU alone. That is true. To be fair, I think Daredevil. I think that Punisher exists best as a complementary character to someone like Daredevil or Spider-Man because of their contrasting moral beliefs, and because he's a flawed character. It just like adds a lot for him to bounce off of. Oh yeah, no, Vanity Fair was fucking aggressive, passive aggressive about that. Like, Vanity Fair are goofy. They're an unserious publication that is consistently bigoted in their coverage of things, and I just find it fascinating. I can't take it seriously because they're just like such a joke. Yeah. No, I get it. Fatigue is like that for me. I'm just like literally always tired, regardless of what I do. What are you doing? Having fun, I guess. Hey, Darkfry. If everybody hasn't already seen it, Darkfry and I did a thing. A wonderful, glorious thing. Paul Bart certified video to say YouTube poop. That's my thing. Like Punisher is an interesting character when he's in context with somebody else. He's boring on his own. Not that you can't tell a good storyline about Punisher. It's just that like he needs a supporting cast to be the most engaging he can be, because he needs someone to bounce off of to be that engaging. And so when he's with Peter, and I think that's also something that benefits benefits Spider-Man and Daredevil as well. Like those contrasting characters makes for more interesting storytelling. The views on it doubled? Damn. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that the video is doing well. I'm glad that all the projects I've been doing for other people are hitting those 1 of 10, 2 of 10s. I'm just saying, I do good work. Thomas one could say almost the exact same thing about Batman working well with... Yes, Batman's way more interesting when he has a supporting cast. Even minimal supporting cast like Alfred and Jim Gordon, Batman is characters being an island isn't engaging. It's just not as engaging. Also, I just realized that my mic doesn't have the filters it should. Oh no, it does have a noise gate. We're good. Glad. I like the 1989 film Warzone and Spider-Man Brand New Day are the films I like. I'm tired of the books as films pull from being the 2000s reinventions. Yeah, no, the 2000s reinventions aren't as interesting. Punisher doesn't have someone to contrast his dark edge. He drags the whole story down to that. Yeah, a little bit. No, I think that's the same with Batman. Like, they're just more interesting when interacting with someone else. It's also why Batman and Superman make for such an interesting combo. Like they're genuinely engaging as a duo because of the contrast. Again, I just think that like characters are always more interesting if they have someone interesting to bounce off of who contrasts or forces them to express their views and beliefs in an interesting way. Where are you? No, this is like a slice. There's a really good slice. Oh yeah, slice one for all or change. Mint. Very good. Sorry, Tusk of the Boar. You're being replaced. Oh yeah. Master of Arms is why this one's broken. Oh yeah, and it's got problem solver, so it exhausts.
If the hive may rise again under the light, I wonder what that says about us.
I miss you, Lance Reddick. I'm so glad they didn't get rid of Lance Reddick's lines. They just added Keith David's version alongside him. But like all of his old lines are still in the game, which is nice. I'm not really installing Destiny, you can't make me. I've realized more and more recently I have more fun with most comic characters in their earlier work, especially ones that got defined by being miserable later, like Frank, Batman, and Daredevil. That is so fair. No, I don't find them as interesting when they're just miserable. Batman's way more interesting when you make him happy and then make him miserable. Same with Peter. Like, they're just more engaging that way. I don't need a non-grenade. Young car is fine. I had to go back to Final Fantasy 14, and because of my general exhaustion with everything, it didn't work out. That's so fair. Sometimes things don't provide the same joys we'd like. No, like Lance Reddick's just a phenomenal performer. It has its problems, but I do really love him in Fringe. Good in it. What are they doing? What's going on?
If the Hive may rise again under the light, I wonder what that says about us.
Been working on Horde Invasion for 40k 11e playtested yesterday. That's a lot of fun and work. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the project. I'm sorry, who's doing what to Mr. Beast what? He's pouring tepid meat goo. Erotic tepid meat goo. And Mr. Beast's erotic mouth. No, I actually think that, like, part of what... I actually like Joel Schumacher's Batman movies. They're not good movies, but they are fun, and they are camp. I love Superbad as a... Maybe the Twitch chat will work again? Maybe. I love Superbad as a ship. I think it's most funny when they're poly, especially because there's like comics that like really no Superbad is the I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube boo-boos. Let's see if I can do this solo.
Zahn is supplying weapons to the Shadow Legion.
Oh yeah, so the best version of Superbat is when they're still with Lois and Catwoman. There's a comic where they're like, all four of them are basically on a date together. It's great. And the whole lead up is just like Bruce and Clark talking about how much of a better man the other one is. And this is a real comic that does exist. Fun fact. I'm out of ammo. Oh my god, I can't even kill this guy. There's no special ammo. That's funny. That's the problem with I need to figure out some better methods for dealing with anti-barrier enemies at Grandmaster level. I do want to solo a Grandmaster at some point. Yeah. My obstacle in writing my fanfiction is mostly my fear I'm not writing as good as my favorite fanfiction. I mean, Ninetale, I think comparison is the, thief of joy a little bit on art making. I think you should just focus on writing what is the best version of your thing, rather than trying to, like, match up to the specific other thing that someone else is doing, you know? Batman and Robin is the room of Batman movies, just pure ridiculousness. That's a really funny way to describe it. I'm excited for the Jimmy Olsen show. I'm really hoping, because it's Gorilla Grodd, that we're gonna get Barry Allen as in his CSI outfit introduced in that one when he gets interviewed by Jimmy. I like that. I enjoyed the first season of American Vandal. I haven't seen the other seasons, but I enjoyed the first season. It's a really solidly done mockumentary, and I've always loved mockumentary as a art form. I grew up watching the movies by Christopher Guest, for example, and I just think I think it'll be fun. Considering that creative team is so good at doing a mockumentary and doing a mockumentary in the DC universe about Gorilla Grodd murdering his dad, chef's kiss. Oh, I do like Adventures of Superman. I have not caught up. I've seen the first 2 seasons, but I haven't seen the newest season. I need to watch it because it's got Kara, and I love Kara. I haven't even seen the Supergirl movie, but to be fair, that looks like a mess, and it had AI involved in creating it. And I guess Brand New Day did that too, which sucks. It really pisses me off that these studios are using fucking slop in place of actual concept art matters. Actually, it is actually relevant to the final work. Oh yeah, I guess the DCU's Flash is gonna. Here's what I think they're doing, based on Lanterns. I watched the first 2 episodes of Lanterns. Mild spoilers for Lanterns. Hal is living in a big mansion that a friend of his, definitely Oliver Queen, bought for him for helping him with his son, which is definitely Roy Harper's. So I think what we're doing is kind of skipping to
Press on. Zone A captured.
the sign of 90s status quo, but having the sort of previous era of heroes still exist within the backstory. And I think that's going to be fun. Good.
The flames have ignited. Let the wolves hunt.
Damn. The Gorilla Grodd premise alone sounds funny as hell. No, right? And I really like the actor that plays, where is he? I know there's someone over there.
Let the wolves rest. The hunt is over. Opponent claimed Zone B.
I don't know what the enemy is doing. They just ran away.
Captured Zone C.
No, I like that they're being willing to, make weird, unique projects. And I also love people questioning it. I'm like, you guys are questioning a courtroom drama being made by Detective Comics? The company named Detective Comics?
Zone A lost. You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
Oh, right. I changed my melee. That's why. I went to punch him and just did nothing.
Zone C lost.
Lobby is a lot of people being very sweaty.
Zone A
We're crouch toggling in Destiny 2, really? Oh, I got so much lag there.
You captured Zone C. The fires are lit. Find your prey and end them.
No, yeah, no, like a lot of comics are propaganda at their core, and it sucks. That part sucks, but I do just find it funny for people to complain about like a crime drama thing being made by Detective Comics. Because that boy, like, what are we doing?
Another hunt will come soon. Opponent claims.
Ah, shit.
Zone B captured. Zone A captured. You have the advantage.
No, I'm watching the show. My reaction is he would do that. He would say that. That would happen. That's not actually what's. That's not what's actually happening. My favorite answer to the set of the anti-authoritarian tones it seems like it's setting up has been people who know I'm a lifelong GL fan saying, "I'm so sorry about how Hal's being handled." Here's the thing. I don't think Hal's being mishandled. That's Parallax. Like, really obviously. The intro credits literally tease it. With the green, with the yellow inside of the Green Lantern, and the fact that he has yellow in his ring, and the fact that he's pissed off with the Guardians, and the fact that he's jaded and not his usual self. I mean, the show does do the explicit thing of showing, like, Hal from 2006, you know, with the recording when he talks to John, and John's confused by this, like, really nice Hal, because this is an accurate depiction of Parallax-era Hal right before he becomes Parallax in the comics. And it makes total sense to do that, because in the comics, John becomes Green Lantern as a response to, or was it John or is it, maybe I'm mixing up Kyle Rayner. But anyway, like, you get new Green Lanterns as a result of Hal going Parallax. And I think the show's choice to name itself Lanterns is also not particularly subtle. Like, I would be very, very shocked if that one character isn't Atrocitus, especially because he was rumored to be Atrocitus, and he seems like he's Atrocitus. Yeah, I was thinking of Kyle Rayner, but my point is it works well for the structure, right? And then we have the whole Sinestro, like, trying to get in his head thing as well. I think what we're seeing isn't Hal Jordan at his prime, though we're gonna get pieces of that as backstory and stuff. But I think what we're seeing is Hal about to go Parallax, which is also like why I think the thing at the end of episode 1 happens. I don't think that that's permanent. I think that we're gonna get Rebirth Hal, probably. Yeah, John was Hal's backup until he quit. Yeah, Spider-Man Noir does fuck. That is a good show. I do like that show. Spider-Man Noir is really funny. It's extremely funny. I kind of love it. With myself. Oh, I need to speak with Swindle. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they're mistreating Hal. I just think that this is a specific section of Hal's experience. One of my favorite bits is just when How being older and having gray hair is also the same as Redacted's run that was going before Emerald Twilight reset the GL status quo with Kyle. Yes, exactly. Like, I do think it's very, very... They're evoking very specific things with this version of HAL. So I'm excited to see where they go with it, and... yeah. I think it will be interesting. Yeah.
Don't try to impress me in the Crucible. Just get better.
Okay, man. I'm almost gilded on that.
You can't pave the way to the future.
Well, then I hope I manage to make you laugh, Digital Beef. But I hope I don't mess up your paint. I'm excited to do some mini paintings soonish. My dad helped me restock, because I lost all my paint ages and ages ago. That's why I haven't painted minis in many years. So I'm excited to redo it at some point. Finish up his Mansions of Madness models. No, it is a little bit like the dude from Big Lebowski got a ring. Jon Stewart's probably my favorite Green Lantern because of the Justice League animated series. That kind of cemented him as my Green Lantern. So I like when we get focus on Jon. Hal's fine. I think he's more interesting as an asshole. That is really funny, Jethammer. Like, people complaining about something that Hal's literally done in canon. No, I feel like a lot of people who want to complain about stuff will complain about comic accuracy, but then, like, if you actually know the comics, you know that what they're saying is just wrong. And that's always fascinating to me. You know, this cast not only the singular folding chair and beer in front of Hal's TV, but that the chair he sat in at the end was the same chair. I didn't catch that. One of these, just for fun. That is so fair, Jethammer. Again, the reason I love Jon is how well he's handled in that Justice League animated series, and I know he's not handled as well in a lot of the comics. I don't know about DC, but in Star Wars fandom, half the motherfuckers that complain about lore accuracy usually don't know shit about it. Yes! It's the same thing! It's so... Because I like, Star Wars has been a special interest since I was a kid, so I haven't kept up with stuff as an adult as much, but then people will say something, like, about accuracy, and then I'll be like, that's not right, and go look into it, and of course they're wrong.
The Cabal have been holding off waves of Hive for weeks, but the situation may have deteriorated.
This is an important strategic position. It allows Keitel to establish a beachhead on Earth at the Hive's expense.
Letting them settle in would be a bad idea.
Go forth, Guardian. Cleanse this place.
Yeah, I need to find some good games to play on stream, and stream more regularly. Because it's nice being back with all of you. think people point to lore accuracy as a way to make their feelings objectively correct, and I think that's unfortunate and rather foolish. Yeah, and especially, like, also, does it actually matter? Like, does the accuracy actually matter to anything within thematic or mechanical or, like, anything to the work of art? Because that's another thing I get annoyed about, is when people, like, will selectively bring that up just to complain about something. But they're always inconsistent with it because they don't actually know the canon. They'll just say that to, like, be angry. Like, the time that people got all pissed off because Silver Surfer is a woman in the new movie, I think. I haven't even seen that movie, but the Fantastic Four movie. But, like, it's... She's from the comics. She's a character that existed. That is accurate. Like, she's not the specific most commonly seen Silver Surfer, but she is canon. Like, so y'all never played the Jango Fett game or watch Clone Wars? Got it. Accolade haters, Star Wars doesn't have witches. Yeah, exactly. Like, Star Wars doesn't have witches? Star Wars doesn't have witches. Specifically under Filoni. Okay. Tell me you didn't play Jedi Survivor either, too. Like, it's always just the goofiest people saying factually untrue things because they want to be mad about marginalized people existing or creating art.
That would push anyone to their limit.
The Red War proved that the Cabal have no limits.
Then let's give them some.
Yippee. I love Crow, my baby boy, my precious little guy. No, like, I saw one of those, like, right-wing grifters posted about the posted about women being casted as famous women characters from X-Men with MCU as MCUing again, and I'm like, so you just hate when women exist in media, huh? Yeah, it's not just that people want to be mad at it. You're right. It's not just the anger. It's that they want that anger validated. That is a huge part of it, and part of why it sucks so much. Well, that's the other thing, and you're so right, Athelius. Like, they could just say it. Like, it's the cowardliness. I'm like, okay, you're gonna have a shit view, but you also want to, like, pretend like that's not your view. Like, I don't know, own it. You're a shitty person, own it. If you're gonna be awful to people, like, the least you could do is be honest. Hot take, Luke being different not only works in TLJ, it's the fucking point of The Last Jedi. Yeah. Also, just, like, the thing that annoys me about people getting mad about Luke and The Last Jedi in particular is that, like, what else was Ryan supposed to do with the setup that J.J. Abrams made? I sincerely. Like, because Luke had to have changed for the setup at the end of Force Awakens to make sense. Like, that wasn't a decision that Ryan made. That's an issue that comes from Force Awakens. Last Jedi's put in a position where it needs to address why was Luke abandoned the galaxy. You know what I mean? And I think also just, like, it is in line with his character flaws. Luke being whiny and giving up isn't, like, that far out of character for him. I'm going to Toshi Station to get some power converters. Like, that's Luke. I don't know. Like, The Last Jedi has flaws, don't get me wrong. I feel mixed on it. I think it has some real pacing issues. I think some of the sequences don't quite work. I think that, like, certain characters' arcs kind of go nowhere or don't do anything. But Luke is the one part of that film that I have no problems with. Oscar Isaac recently said that the infamous somehow Palpatine's return line was a reshoot. That's really funny.
Then he'll have to answer your challenge.
Time to fight fire with fire.
Well, that's the other thing, yeah, like, Luke is arguably way worse in sections of Legends. There's Legends stories where Luke is, like, fully evil. I don't know, I think becoming a little apathetic isn't, like, that out of character for this guy. Considering his other beliefs and behaviors. I also just think it's really funny to keep using something that was decanonized to try to argue that this thing isn't canon, or isn't following canon. Like, yeah, of course it isn't. That's not canon anymore. Luke in Legends felt like a failure after Return of the Jedi and became Darth Vader from his unaddressed trauma. Literally! That's the canon story! Again, it's that thing of, like, these people aren't actually fans of this media. They don't actually know anything about it. They don't care about it, and they don't care to understand it. And they can try to pretend, but, like, anyone who actually knows this media would know how goofy what they're saying is. Reminder if Finn's mentioned in your Matrix video, I should rush that video and recommend it. Aw, thank you. Like, Oscar, John, and Daisy acted like employees that put in a 2-week notice on Rise of Skywalker. Best tour, literally. No, I think Rise of Skywalker is one of the worst films ever made, because... Not because it's the least technically, like, the most technically incompetent, not because it's the most insulting or bigoted, or... not, though it does have those issues. Because it is just aggressively disinterested in being a work of art. That's why I can't stand it. I think it has nothing to say and no purpose in trying to say it. Ah. Luke in Legends cuts a portion of his nephew's brain off due to an impulse in a duel. Yeah, like, literally, Luke in Legends is way more messed up. Legends is super inconsistent with his characterization as well, but that's a separate issue. I don't know, it's just, people are so silly, and it's so frustrating to deal with them. I have to say, like, I have hit a point with people misreading Obsession where it no longer bothers me and is just really funny.
Cannot be said of the Hive.
That's another fight for another day. Impressively done, Guardian.
Because it's really funny. Like, some of the comments on the Obsession video, which I want to be clear, 99% of the comments are lovely on that video. Actually engaging with the topic meaningfully. But there's this one that we got. That basically, like, the person jumps to a million conclusions about both Princess Weeks and Jesse, and because I wrote the script by extension myself. And and what was extra funny is so they're trying to make it out that, like, Jesse doesn't care about content warnings and blah 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 blah. It's just total nonsense. It's one of the people that's trying to justify why they think they should be able to censor anything they find upsetting. And in that weird screed that they go on, True, Jedhammer. And The Last Jedi and Attack the Clones my least favorite, but they at least have some moments. That's so fair. That's so fair. That's so fair. Like, I like Last Jedi more than Attack the Clones by a fair bit, but, like, they're not boring. Rise of Skywalker is boring, on top of being kind of terrible. Yeah, but the comment, in its screed to try to make Jesse out as this, like, pro-sexual violence in media person, brings up House of the Dragon, and I read the comment while I was literally editing Jesse's video, like, script about House of the Dragon, where she explicitly talks about how it mishandles and is harmful in its representation of sexual assault. It was, like, the funniest, just, like, you were building a straw man to be mad at that has no relation to reality in ways that are, like, provable. They also implied that, like, talking about Star Wars ever means you support rape culture, which I don't understand that one. A little confused by that one. It's giving collective shout. It is giving collective shout. And my favorite bit was, because they didn't watch the video where, you know, Jesse and I specifically talk about how the sexual assault scene in Obsession triggered both of us because of our own, like, trauma around sexual violence. Like, this is something we directly talk about in the video. They're like, oh, because I have a physiological response, like, da-da-da-da. And it's just like, oh my god, it's just like, you having a physiological response doesn't mean that censorship is suddenly okay. Like, sometimes they just gotta make someone up. No, literally, it's really funny. They also called Jessie and fucking Princess Weeks choice feminists, which, yeah, obviously, Princess Weeks never written anything about that topic at all. Not something you could look up. Jesse never written anything about that. Not like we mentioned the Barbie video in that script or anything. I'm all right with that, Digital Beef. You can call in whenever. Validity doesn't mean right. Yeah. No, I agree, Gold Grease. But it's also just like your feelings aren't a justification for. It's really funny, Deal Mixtapes. I've been thinking about the comment for like 2 days because it's like every sentence is a new. What you're just like? How do you? Where did you get that from? How did you come to that conclusion? Fascinating. Because it was honestly very funny to me. I probably should find it more, like, upsetting, but when people do stuff like that, but I just find it funny at this point. I don't know, I can't take hate comments seriously, especially when they're just not even talking about anybody they're talking about in any real way. They're not a bot. I guarantee they're not a bot. That was way too sincere in its silliness for it to be a bot. Once I'm gonna find the really funny sentence. There's a really funny sentence in there. So I sent the comment to Jesse because we were both laughing about it. Where was it? Oh yeah. So again, I would remind that one of the things they said that Jesse uncritically supports is House of the Dragon, which I read this comment while editing Jesse's script that talks about how House of the Dragon mishandles sexual assault in really harmful ways. So this sentence made me really. It makes it hard to engage with you or people like you because my physiological responses are equated to being disturbed or being a Puritan instead of being deeply traumatized by the media you love so much because you like it, so it can't have negative effects. Who are you talking about? No, it's you know that one picture? It's like a stock photo where the guy's like by a brick wall and he's like angry at the wall. That's what this comment felt like. No, I love your content warning wasn't worded how I want. Therefore, you don't care about content warnings or how it affects people. Galarian Ponyta. Okay. Ponyta. I saw a redraw of Ponyta the other day that was like the proportions of, oh, so cute. I hadn't seen this yet. I like the new Ponyta. Okay. Motherfucker woke up angry at breakfast. Literally. No, I find it really funny when people, like, invent this person to be mad at. You're just reading it and you're like, who are you talking about? What's going on? Okay. Let's see how bad I am with this. Remember, I am trying like this. I want that as my baseline. Okay, let's do this. That is too thin. There. That's what I like. Asking me to draw a horse is diabolical. The origin story of old men yell at clouds. I say because I'm so mad at Game of Thrones ended, but fuck if I know how to fix it. That I've never not touched House the Dragon with. I don't even care to measure the pole. That's so fair. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed and blamed the bed for it. Actually. I don't know, I just think, like, I just can't take it seriously when people are just, like, inventing things to be mad at. And I also just, like, people aren't saying you're wrong to be triggered by something or negatively affected by something. Again, if they watch the video, they know what we actually said about that topic, but, this is so hard. Oh god! I don't know how to draw this eye right. There we go. This Ponyta is just kind of like My Little Pony Pokemon. I did really color for Galarian Ponyta a while back, Ninetale. I'm not sure if I ever showed you. Oh, cool, Elidike. A session gets to join Snowfall, BoJack Horseman, and Breaking Bad in the club for having an audience miss a point that's basically screamed at them. Yes. I would actually say it's worse than all of those other ones. I would actually compare it to Fight Club in the level of, like, not getting the point, or to Train Spotting. When my parents went to Train Spotting in the 90s in Edmonton, there was a group of fundamentalist Christians protesting it for being pro-drug. Now, if you've ever seen masterful warning about why you shouldn't take drugs Train Spotting, you'd understand why that's so absurd. Because it's actually just the silliest thing ever. Okay. I'm kind of drawing this accurately. I'm pretty proud of it so far. Okay. Physics stars may or may not deserve a lesser but real inclusion. Yeah, I can't picture fundamentalist Christians watching Trainspotting. Like, what are y'all even doing here? Right? No, like, I love that they decided it was a pro-drug film, which, like, if you've ever watched Trainspotting, it is a very harrowing, personal depiction of struggling with and overcoming addiction. And the sequel's about, you know, life continues on after that point, and how the struggles don't go completely away from you, and how even if you leave, like, that doesn't mean everybody else gets out. I love Trainspotting. I think it's a masterpiece, and but I think about that a lot when I encounter things like the obsession thing. Is just that, like, there are people out there that will watch a film that so clearly and meaningfully tries to engage with, like, the complexities and difficulty of living with addiction, and that does not present it as a positive experience whatsoever, and they'll still come away with the conclusion that it's, you know, somehow pro-drug use. Well, and that's a good example, Jen Hammer. Like, again, something triggering you just means it triggered you. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's harmful. And I would actually say that, like, obsession being triggering is, and we talk about it in the video, but it is a result of the fact that it actually wants to engage with these things realistically, so it presents them in ways that are similar to real life, and that is uncomfortable if you've had those experiences. I think it would be a worse film if it depicted abuse less realistically. And I'm just kind of tired of this idea that, like, we should always make film towards the lowest common denominator of audience member. You know? That because an incel or somebody can misinterpret something really badly, it's somehow a bad work of art, or that that's a problem with the art itself. I kind of nailed this Ponyta. I'm feeling bonita about the Ponyta. No, painting minis is like it's a commitment. It's a time commitment. It's really rewarding, though. That type of physical media, just like fun to... Go. Now we just need to add the tail. I probably took way more than 10 minutes on this, but that's okay. I'm having fun. We're having fun. If other people want incredible MS Paint drawings drawn very slowly because I can barely move the mouse, you can donate to the Patreon or to the Ko-Fi to do that. I'm not doing as well on the tail, but that's fine. There we go. Bonita feels bonita. Ponyta. There we go. Beautiful. I'm on lead page. Thank you. Looking hella whimsical. Awesome. I will put that in the Discord after the stream. Yeah, I just... The other thing that I saw was someone... There's another comment where people were, and this is not a bad comment, but I found it kind of silly. It's just someone getting really mad because they didn't feel like Obsession made it clear enough through its marketing and other things that it's talking about those topics, and they had a bad time with it and everything. And I'm just like, I think it would probably be better if films included content warnings directly in them, but I also just don't think it's necessarily owed, and I think that, like, especially, like, I don't know, I have a lot of triggers. Some of them are very silly, you know? Some of them are pretty mundane, and I think managing those is just about, like, putting yourself in the right mindset and taking your due diligence, and it's not that hard to, look up, does the dog die? And check if, and use that to check if a trigger of yours is in that work of art. Like, because even if it did include the content warning in the film, like, you're already in the theater. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that's going to provide you that much. I think if... Oh, I'm glad you liked my essay on Camp Miasma. I'm excited to write more about it at some point. Oh, wait, did I only draw 3 legs? Oh, God. Did I only draw 3 legs? I definitely only drew 3 legs, didn't I? Oh, God, I only drew 3 legs. Okay, well, it's disabled. It's a disabled Ponyta. And we love the 3-legged horse. At the state of discourse where it feels like personal experience isn't natural and valid and that something can't be valuable or that you can't like something because you have an issue with it. Yeah, no, I don't like that either, Jethammer. It's very annoying. It's very tiring. And very simplistic. Yeah. We support the 3-legged Ponyta. It was an artistic mistake, but we'll just pretend it's intentional. Oh my god, there's a guy who lives on my block that has 2 3-legged dogs that are the cutest thing ever, and I love them. I love those dogs. They're really sweet. And their owner's really chill. He's nice. I forgot about this mechanic. A net desecrator. If you don't use a wet palette for painting, you should. Yes, I agree. Very helpful. Wet palettes are awesome. Also means you can keep paint from one session to another if you have them sealable. Oh. It's the problem with rocket launchers. Sometimes you end up blowing yourself up for no reason. And you get a ton of kills with this weapon eventually. I'm glad you like the drawing, at least. I'm sorry. Oh, Slay the Spire is so good. I would say once you've finished some time with 1, you should check out 2, because it's just such a good improvement expansion, and it's got some really cool new characters. How would I compare Slay the Spire 1 to 2? 2's harder in some ways, I would say. It has some more interesting mechanics in terms of character design. Like, I don't like the Watcher, and the Watcher's just not even in 2, and I think that was a good choice. Replacing the Watcher with Regent and Necromancer are really interesting. I think that 2 has some good refining of what makes each character unique and interesting, and more diversity of what type of, like, pathways of building there are. Ooh, not what I was looking for, but Heal Clip Incandescent's not bad. know what? I think I'll take it. First try. This is one of the only ways you can get a heel clip incandescent hand cannon right now in the game, so I thought I'd just do a quick run to see if I got it, and I did. Yeah, you just need some Tupperware paper towels and parchment paper, but eventually got a bespoke one for like 20 bucks, and it's very nice. Nice. Good to keep in mind. I should look at that at some point. Yeah, I wet palette's really, really helpful. It's basically just, you know what a palette is? It's that, but it keeps the paint wet. So it's really good for acrylic. You basically just put the paint directly on top of like a semi-permeable surface, and so it slowly gets moisture back over time. So like if you do the parchment paper towel, you basically wet the paper towel, you put it in the container, you put parchment paper over top, and then you put the paint on the parchment paper, and lets you keep that paint active on your palette for a while. It's helpful. Yeah, ideally want the palette to add water about as fast as the paint loses it to evaporation. Yeah. And then if you get a sealable one, that way you can like close it up and it'll still be usable next time you go paint, as long as you don't take like a super long time in between.
No creepy voices, but definitely more quaking and shaking than anyone's cool with. Bet it's one of the Legion's disruptor arrays. If you see one, shoot it down.
I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Actually, do both.
You know what? We're talking about Slay the Spire. Why don't we mix it up? Let's go play a little Slay the Spire. I would love that, Digital Beef, if you feel like it. Oh, I'm gonna switch up my... There we go. Awesome, already set up. Do you see the Destiny Classic announcement? My partner sent it. Destiny what? Oh, it's like a leak? Rumor. Okay. Well, I hope... I'd be curious to see what they do with it. I don't know. It doesn't seem super legit. I will wait to see if there's a... I have a bunch of mods on Slay the Spire. So we're going to play some modded. I'm going to play as Hornet, because it's fun. Looks like it's just a leak. Supposed leak. I'd love to believe that's true. I'd love to believe the Destiny 3 is being worked on, but I'll wait until there's an actual announcement. That said, have you all heard about Project Sunrise? Project Sunrise is a really cool fan effort to re-implement a bunch of the old content that got vaulted. Have a good one, Athelius. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, it looks like it should be really good. I think it'll be. If they manage to get it. They've gotten spawning functioning and a few other things. So I'm... Excuse me. Hopeful that they'll be able to get most of it working. And so yeah, there might be soon be a way to play some of the older Destiny content that's been vaulted. because I really love some of the old raids, and I'd love to be able to play those again. Yeah, I really like this Hornet mod. I think it does a really good job of transferring her skill set into a deck for Slay the Spire 2. Mm-hmm. Shadow Braces were really, especially early. Apparently, this is the thing Paul Taski's been vague posting with the last few days. Interesting. I also worry how much of it is just going to be a bit of a cash grab by Sony after losing so much goodwill over the last bit. But I mean, if it turns out to be true, awesome. Because that would be really nice. I'm still annoyed they vaulted stuff, honestly. But it was a complicated set of reasons why. Oh, latest update screwed them all up? Damn. Random enemy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, having an AoE helper is not a bad. That's really good power. Awesome. Yeah. I hope they do that. It'd be really cool to get to play through Red War again and actually play through all the campaigns. Honestly, if I was them, what I would do is oh, that's how that card works. I see. I have made a serious mistake. Lesson learned. Don't do that again. That's okay. I healed back what I lost. We're all good. Yeah. Make a choice that would earn money and goodwill. I think they're allergic. Yeah. The Sony Bungie situation feels like a mess. Yeah, it is. It's complicated. You've been listening to the Dispossessed lately, nearly finished. Really like it. Yeah, Dispossessed is a really good work. I need to read. I've heard amazing things about it constantly and have not gotten around to it. But it's like Jesse's favorite book. The Sony Bungie situation is just like, I think both sets of execs are just a mess. Game audio isn't coming through? Weird. Oh, because it decided to reset itself. 1 second. Is that working? No. Oh yeah, now it's working. Thank you for telling me. Well, that's the thing, like, movie ratings exist. You can look up Does the Dog Die website. Like, there are ways to avoid watching stuff you don't want to watch. I don't think that's the purview of or purpose for. I don't think art is meant to always be comfortable or for you. Yeah, no, there's a lot of ways that you can check that type of thing. Oh, come on, please. I guess I'll remove that. That sucks, but not the end of the world. It's not the responsibility of the art to be palatable or comfortable. Exactly. And I think, like, I would get it if there was no resources in order to check those types of things. But those resources exist, and I don't think you get to... I find it funny to be mad at people who do put in content warnings, but, like, you've arbitrarily decided it's the wrong way to put them in. I don't really know how you solve that issue for them. Well, that's the point of the website is that, like, letting people know if a dog dies in the film or other things like that. That was a really good upgrade. Thank you so much for describing Random Mistake. Most of the thing it was an eel horror sequence in Dial of Destiny because I have a phobia. That's so fair. I think as long as the artist is doing the work required to make sure people who don't want to engage with the art don't have to, it's up to the audience beyond that. Yeah, and that's how I felt about Succession, but apparently a lot of people, or some people specifically, did not feel that way. I don't know how you... I'm like, I don't know what the film's whole premise is about that. Like, I don't know how much more you can do. And again, I just think that, like, a direct warning in the theater isn't gonna help. You've already paid for the ticket. You're already there, you know? I think the best thing is to look it up beforehand. That's what I do, anyway. You don't have to go to the theater. Yeah, exactly. That's so fair. Like, again, I think there's nothing wrong with not seeing something or not engaging with something that... Yeah. Posting things people don't want to see in spaces not made for that kind of... Yes, that is a problem. You know what one that really bothers me that I've seen a lot lately is people posting like really obvious imagery of hanging or things like that with no warnings, or like just full posting it in as public a way as possible with no way for you to be warned beforehand. And I'm just like, yeah, no, you can't post something that consistently triggering for a lot of people with no thought process to how that might be received by people. I don't know. Awesome. Oh yeah, no, the Larian stuff is wild and weird. I'm just glad they stepped back on the garbage AI stuff. Normally I'd take Goopy, but we got rid of most of our defense, so it doesn't benefit us much. Go. In those, you still know what it is before you see it. The issue is with community experience and FOMO. People often watch something because it's hot without knowing if it will be their thing. Yeah, no, totally. I don't think you then get to say that that thing is evil and harmful and whatever. And that it should be censored, which is the case with some of the comments, unfortunately. Yeah, I want this so that I'll be able to get more. I just need to get more, stuff that costs silk. Beautiful. Wonderful. Give me the... Yes! Okay. This is one of my favorite secret battles that they added to this, the game. Nice. No, I am not surprised that a porn website would have a good system for tagging and blacklisting. Like, it's the same with, like, I know there's been, like, a bunch of people, one from this one fanfic site to the other one, to AO3, and then wanted AO3 to, like, censor a bunch of stuff, which is why they left the other one in the first place. And I just think that's kind of silly, but it's also, like, yeah, it's just, again, the tagging system on a lot of those websites would be a good example of how to, Mango victim. Awesome. I just need to make sure I didn't pick up one of the ones that, like, actively fucks up your deck. I like that. That's a really good upgrade. I'm not really liking any of these options that much, honestly. Oh, wait. There we go. I wonder if this is worth it or not. Yeah, again, it's just like, I don't think that the responsibility lies with the art to, yeah. I don't know. Like, if there's stuff that you can't engage with, I think you gotta look it up. That's the smart thing to do. I'll do that. I'm torn on this one, but I think I'm gonna go with it. I'm so salty with the Wolverine Insomniac game not getting a PC release. Fuck you, Sony, for that, and the abandonment of just... No, it's like, you can't even buy the game. You can't own the game. It's literally impossible to own that game. That seems a little silly to me. No, I don't like Sony's business practices. Well, Wolverine is getting a physical release, thankfully, but it'll probably be the last Insomniac title to do so. Wild. That's wild to me. Nice. New God of War side-scroller not coming to PC was the beginning of me giving up on caring about Sony's franchises. My thing is I never cared about Sony, but I feel really bad for the people who love and care about their games and are just constantly, like, not... Like, I don't know, it just seems silly to me that they are so resistant to changing with the times, I guess. Nice. Yeah, Sony's really not discouraging piracy. No. Here, my thing, I always find it funny when companies try to treat on the right word for it, but like when companies try to treat piracy as if it's basically lost sales, whereas I would say, like, most people I've encountered that do piracy do so because they wouldn't have spent the money anyway because it wasn't worth it to them. You know what I mean? Like, and the more that you make your product unavailable, frustrating, or able to just literally be taken away and not owned at all, the more incentive you place in not giving you money. The more hassle you put in, the more you're going to lose money. That's just a reality. Do that. For some healing. Why not? Nah, for the final boss. Or for one of these. Using it for this one. Nice. I might actually get through this fight pretty quick if everything goes well. Normally I really worry about that enemy, but we kind of crushed it. That's to make our money worth, the less inclined we are to give it to you. Wild concept. Yeah. No, it's like, if I was a person running those companies, I would bother to try to understand why people pirate and then do things to make it so they don't want to. And it's not that hard. Just, like, make something people want to engage with. Because in my experience, most people want to spend money on art. Nice. About the art, censorship discussing it. I still watched Obsession because I've read and watched a lot of art exploring Predatory Man, and quite frankly, Obsession doesn't seem to be doing anything with it that piques my interest enough. That's just my interest. I get why it has become so relevant and popular at this moment. Right time, right place. Yeah, no, and again, it's like, I don't think anyone needs to like Obsession, or watch Obsession. I am frustrated with the amount of people that are just, like, actively not engaging with it, or, yeah. If people didn't or couldn't buy a PS5 before, that doesn't change now that they can't buy your game somewhere else. No, exactly. Like, people are gonna suddenly just start buying PS5s and the prices keep hiking, and you keep making the service worse. Pulls streaming only show off of streamer. Why are people pirating? Literally. Like, these companies create their own problems and then get mad at everybody else as if it's like the consumer's issue. It's just kind of funny. If case in point, I don't have any streaming services, and TOH is currently only available via streaming. If there was a box set, I'd save for it, but instead I found it on a 4chan archive. That makes total sense. Yeah, like the Owl House isn't available, so like that's the other thing I don't understand. It's like how do you expect people to pay for your product if you don't put it on streaming and you don't have it available in physical? Like, the only way to engage with the art at that point would be to pirate. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, really. So I'm gonna regret even before this having my sister get me a PS5 for Christmas because I barely use it. Oh. I mean, you do use it though, right? So, like, I wouldn't beat yourself up over that. Shiro 2018 is one of the best things to come out of the MOTU franchise ever, and it's lost media. Yep, perfect example. Like, if they wanted people to play or watch Shira legitimately, then they would make it available legitimately, but they don't. So I don't understand whether they still get mad at people for doing it. I like that power. That power is good because I have a lot of ways to generate quick I actually really don't care the order that I play my first turn in. There's very few cards. There's a few cards in the deck that it would suck if it auto-plays, but an extra energy every turn is very rare in this game, so I think I'm gonna take it. Yeah. If competition breeding innovation is the crux of capitalism, just compete with the pirates. Do things that encourage engaging with your product rather than discouraging the other route, right? Yes, exactly. I looked away and the game played through the first turn and already killed him. Bye. That's wild that fan subs are being taken down. Like, do you just not want people to watch your thing, or... Executives fascinate me. That was unfortunate. Nice. Yeah. What am I doing? This run's honestly going really well. Oh, white shoes would I upgrade? And if I do. Barbie 2 is apparently too expensive to meet the demands, but industry melting merger is no problem. Yeah, that kind of does sum it up. Nice. That should allow me to kill the boss really fast. And we got our health back. Rereading Hustleys has made me appreciate how well it humanizes characters that say and think of some truly wild shit, even if the first few pages of the book. One of the two main narrators, Johnny Truant, is a great example of this. Cool. I really need to read House of Leaves, because I feel like I would really enjoy it. Love to see it. Okay. That was a really bad luck. Ah. Unfortunate. Is. I checked some Condor list before reading it to be clear. Nothing at the level of Brett Easton Ellis books, but there's still some fairly jarring shifts into graphic content. Oh yeah, no, I am aware of what the book and what it's doing. I wouldn't be going in without an awareness of that. Yes, I got lucky. So that when we get lucky. I wonder how the Long Owl House was only available on TBP before I binged it this year. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how long it was around. I'll take it. On the come. Jackpot. Ah, perfect. The exec type used to fascinate me, but there's no answer to the mystery. Like, genuinely, they don't behave like that because they know anything we don't. It's what we know that they don't. That's such a good way of putting it. Honestly, it's what's so sort of fascinating about them is that they, like, truly understand nothing about anything. It's like impressive how low in capability they are at most basic things. I think it's also just like so much of executives' positioning is a result of them usually coming from some sort of rich background or some degree of wealth, and shows through in how they treat and behave towards people. I think I can win this, but we'll see. It's getting close. Oh, I can just block. Block and damage. Another thing about reading House of Leaves is that it gave me a sense of relief that I can still read complex passages and phrases. Before I used to speed read and didn't fully grasp a page. Yeah, no, like, slow reading is such a different experience from, just kind of quickly reading through something to get through it. We did it! First try. When you have unchecked power, you aren't held accountable. When you aren't held accountable, none of your bad behaviors or mistakes are prevented. Exactly. And because many of them come from a background where they've never had to develop any sort of skill or talent to get where they are, not only are they already like that once they're in the position, they were like that before they were in the position because of so much nepotism. Let's run a classic. Run an Necrominder. Lots of upgrade opportunity. There's also managerial types who don't actually know how the things they manage work. In their experience, all they have to do is yell and the things just magically work. Yeah, pretty much. That is a large part of it, for sure. All they have is money. All they want is money. All ours to them is a profit machine that they think they know how to operate. They don't. Yeah, I also think a lot of it comes down to, especially in the games industry, they run it like a private equity firm. Like, that's how Microsoft has been running things for the longest time, and it's exactly why Microsoft is in the position that it's in right now. And it's unfortunate. Friggin' block. Vulture capitalism. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think a lot about how many game studios have just been, like, bought and shut down for the sake of buying and shutting them down. It's a Doom build now. I got the best Doom card in the game. I think you're right, it is the right term. I think I've heard that term before, but I'm blanking on where. That's a fun term. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and you can't teach a hammer to love nails, son. That dog don't hunt. Yeah. That kind of does sum it up. Nice. I don't hate having more soul gem. Considering we're super reliant on no escape for major damage. These are very annoying when you have no AoE. I am probably gonna die on this fight. I started watching a video recently basically talking about Marvel showrunners created a shared animated universe between 5 shows across different networks and got away with telling the execs anything because the execs had no idea who or what they were looking at unless it was Spider-Man. I didn't know that backstory to that era of Marvel media, but that makes so much sense and is very funny. Sometimes you survive on 1 health and you see what you can do with it. Too much. Go. Damn. Enjoy watching Nightfall. Thanks for being here. Double no escape is nice. I think we're gonna skip this elite and hope we could survive. They put Black Panther in X-Men by telling the higher-ups it was miscellaneous African mutant number 3? What? That's wild. That tracks and sucks, but also wild. This is rough. I haven't seen it yet, but I did want to see that adaptation at some point. If I can just survive this next little bit, this build is really good, but I gotta survive long enough to use it. Oh, that sucks. I definitely can't find an elite, but they drop double rewards, so... Sitting here using a comically small paintbrush and just wishing I had one that was even smaller. I understand the pain. I think calling something Batman Nightfall Part 1 Nightfall is a really funny title. That is a really funny title. I wonder who came up with that one. Taking way too many of those soul cards, but I feel like it's worth it to get the build working and staying alive. Nice. I believe. Nightfall is one of the best 90s comic arcs, so I'm kind of shocked they took this long to do an animated adaptation of it, but at the same time I get it, because it's well over 1,000 pages of comic issues to go through. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot to get them to commit to however many films they've committed to making. I can't remember, it's like 3, I think? Now the build is working. You think it's sad YouTube blocking TV show from 50 years ago? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Sherry. Sorry. Fun fact, right now is usually the time I'm dating my boyfriend and watching Lucky Bun Thursday streams. Why do all my favorite people have to compete for the same time slot? Oh, I'm sorry, Digital Beef. I just happened to feel like streaming today, and I had time, and I don't have work to do, so. But I will be getting a thing from Jesse later today. Heck. That's well. We're on for survival right now. What do I upgrade? I think probably this because it'll do the most damage the entire fight. We'd love to see it. If they for this, it will fight me. I don't want to fight. I understand. Okay. I just need to survive like one more turn and then I think I can win this boss fight. We made it through. Because I basically just need to get like 1 or 2 more no escapes off to win this. Shit. I think I die here. No, we survive. We love to see it. Least deserved survival of 4-1 ever achieved. I don't know much about Chuck Dixon, but it makes sense that he would be a comic rival for someone. Slay Beggy maxing. What does that mean, Lucina? I'm gonna... One of the no escapes, one of the negative pulses, Necromastery. One of these. Just to mix it up. I don't like any of these paths. Probably go through. Stupid thumb is hurting. It is my fault. Real question is, will they adapt Joker shooting Siskel and Ebert for criticizing his movie that was made solely to get Batman's attention? Yeah. I don't know how you would adapt that in a modern context, but it would be very funny if you did. Oh, Sleight of Flesh, Slay Beggy. I see. I was just so confused because I was like, what does this word of combination of words mean? That makes more sense. I do want that card back. It's tough. You've played not attacking enough, getting it back. But I mean, we got through it. A lot of health though. Unfortunately, I need better defense. I also took one of my better defending cards, so that is the best card we could get. Followed by that. We love to see it. I want to get rid of strikes. I don't care about strikes. Don't care about punching things. Especially if you get some of the cards that remove your own strength. Really, really don't care about. Yeah, let's do this. Love to see it. I think I'm gonna lose here. I think I ran on borrowed time for a little while. Or maybe not. We'll see. Still losing way too much health on like 2 normal fights right off the bat, but I believe. I'll refer to that comment page until the day I die. I'll be on my deathbed. My last one will be Joker once shot Siskel and Ebert for trashing his movie. I also wonder like how much that Siskel and Ebert bit is a result of like one of the writers being actually mad at those two. Let me put it this way. Robin's origin went 30 years being pretty simple. In the early ages, it was tied into a story about Bruce funding the circus so they wouldn't get brought out by a corporation. Wild. Oh yeah, I'll probably get killed by the murmur to the Dorito. They are frustrated. Murderous. Oh, this is going so poorly. Please give me negative pulse. Got to kill him. Kill him. Done. This has got to be some of the worst I've ever done on basic enemies. Oh, for rude game. Oh, well, at least that one's almost dead. Jack Dixon chose to redo the origin in the 90s to make their circus owner a jaded capitalistic figure wanting to avoid the union, and he's supposed to be right. Oh god. That tracks. Yeah, this is going quite poorly. I think I'm dead. There it is. Rough second act. I'm getting kind of tired, so I think I might finish up the stream here. But thank you all so much for hanging out. I'm going to try to make streaming a little bit more regular and consistent, hopefully. And yeah, I will see you all later. And if you haven't, and you're in the Patreon, or you want to join the Patreon, there's a new essay about Camp Miasma. I've been putting out pretty consistently Patreon-exclusive shorter essays, so there's a bunch already in there if you haven't read them. And you want more of my writing, go check out the Obsession video I did with Jesse, and if you feel like it, second. Damn it. There we go. Pen and I made a little game jam game, and you can go play it and leave a comment with feedback if you want to. Yeah, and I've just been making a lot of stuff. Also, there's a YouTube Poop on Dark Fries channel that I edited that I'm really proud of, and a lot of people are saying is really good. And Jesse and I will have another essay for you guys pretty soon. Jesse's sending me the timeline tonight, so I'll start editing tomorrow. So, yeah, it's. I think we're doing the House of the Dragon one next. Yeah, we're doing the House of the Dragon one next. So, yeah, see y'all later. Bye.